Hi everyone, back again. I'm trying to shoot a quick video here. I don't have much time this afternoon, so I'm hoping that I can get in on some trades. Well, I'm in on some trades. I'll go through those in a moment with you and see if I can get a few more trades off and get in and out of the market fairly quickly today. We've seen some good moves throughout the Asian session. Seemed to slow down a little bit throughout the London session, so just hoping that we see some more movement when New York opens in just under 30 minutes now. So let's just have a quick flick through these charts. Euro, US dollar, nothing on that. Euro, Japanese yen. I've taken this long on, which one was it? It was this candle here. So I've taken this long, looking for further upside movement on the Euro, Japanese yen. Pound, US dollar, no trade on that. Pound, Japanese yen, I've taken this long. I took this on this candle here, saw our entry criteria was hit, and I've taken that long, looking for further upside movement on the pound Japanese yen. Australian dollar, US dollar, I've just got in on this trade here on this active candle at the moment, just hit our entry criteria, and so I'm looking for further upside movement on the Australian dollar, US dollar. Australian dollar, Japanese yen. I've just actually hit the trigger on this. I've just taken a buy on this, looking for further upside movement on the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. US dollar, Japanese yen, no entry being hit there, so I'll hold off on that. Just wait and see if it pulls back a little bit further. US dollar, Canadian dollar, not in on that one. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. I took a trade on this, and that was this candle here, looking for further upside movement, so I've taken that long on the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. And New Zealand dollar, US dollar, no trades on this one at the moment, but that might change in a minute. Okay, I'll pause the video for the time being, and if there's any major changes I shall come back to you. Okay, quick update on what's going on. Seen some reasonable price action. So EU, Euro, US dollar, still not in on that. Euro, Japanese yen. I was stopped out on that for 10 pips, and I re-entered. It hit our re-entry level, and I'm back in on that. Showing some reasonable profit at the moment. The pound, US dollar, still no entry on that. Pound, Japanese yen. That trade's still holding there and moving up towards my take profit. I'll explain my take profits in a minute after I've done this run through, because I've got them slightly smaller, well, quite a bit smaller than where I usually do. Australian dollar, US dollar, I was stopped out on that, waiting to see if there's a re-entry. Australian dollar, Japanese yen, still in on that one, the original trade, that's still moving up quite nicely. US dollar, Japanese yen, although that's moving really well, can't just jump on board, it's nowhere near any of our entry criteria, so I can't take a trade on that. US dollar, Canadian dollar, I'm in this trade, taking it short, looking for further downside movement. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, still in on that trade, original trade still moving up. And New Zealand dollar, US dollar, I've taken this long, looking for further upside movement. I took that at 58. Okay, what I'm doing today is, because I haven't got much time, I'm, rather than pushing these trades, I've set all my take profits at 2 to 1. So meaning, if I've got a 10 pip stop on a pair, my take profit will be at 20. So I'm looking for a 2 to 1 risk to reward ratio on these trades. If I get that on the majority of them, if not all, then I've done well. Okay, so that explains why my take profits are smaller than what they usually are, because I'm not pushing today. I haven't got time to push these trades. So like I say, just hoping to get in and out for a quick profit. But as we know, the markets will do what they do. So I'm just following the criteria, sticking with the rules, sticking with my risk management, and seeing if I can pull something from the markets. Okay, I'm going to pause again now, and I'll come back to you if there's any changes. Okay, a quick update. Seen some more reasonable price moves here, and one of my trades has taken profit. So Euro, US dollar, see this continued move down, but I missed the original entry on this, and like I say, I haven't got much time this afternoon, and so I don't suppose I'll take a trade on the EU. I don't suppose I'll have time. Euro, Japanese yen, still in this, and it's moving up towards where I've got my take profit. Like I say, I'm going for 2 to 1 risk to rewards today. So pound US dollar, no trade on that. Pound Japanese yen, took profit on that, so I made 24 pips. So that cancels out the 2 losses I had. I lost on the Euro Japanese yen, lost 10 pips, and on the Australian dollar US dollar, another 10 pips. So I was down 20, and I've taken 24 pips on the pound Japanese yen, so slightly in profit at the moment, and just letting these other trades run. Australian dollar Japanese yen, still holding this, slight bit of profit showing there at the moment. US dollar Japanese yen, no entry for me on this one. I just can't get in this at all. Seeing a beautiful move to the upside. US dollar strength. US dollar Canadian dollar, this is being held, this US dollar pair, because the Canadian dollar is starting to show some strength too. So I'm in this, and that's moving down quite nicely at the moment. Canadian dollar Japanese yen, very, very close to my take profit there. Just need a little spike, and that should hit that. That will be another 24 pips if that takes profit. And New Zealand dollar US dollar just starting to turn around a bit, coming back up to my entry there. So I'll pause again, and I'll be back shortly. So at the moment I'm up 4 pips. 2 losses, that was 20 pips down, and 1 win, 24 pips up. So I'll pause again, and I'll come back if there's any changes. Another update, as another one of my pairs that I was in has taken profit. Canadian dollar Japanese yen, that's taken profit, so that's another 24 pips on the Canadian dollar Japanese yen. So in profit at the moment, and letting these other trades run. See the NU there starting to pull back towards where my entry point was. Canadian dollar Japanese yen took profit. US dollar Canadian dollar getting very close to taking profit as well. US dollar Japanese yen, as I said, there's no entry there for me. Australian dollar Japanese yen is in profit. Australian dollar US dollar is one that I lost on, and I'm not getting back in on that as time's getting on for me. Pound Japanese yen, that took profit for me a little while ago. Pound US dollar, no entry on that. Euro Japanese yen, that's okay, that's doing okay at the moment. And Euro US dollar, no entry on that for me. I haven't had a trade on that. So I'll pause again and come back to you as and when the price starts to move. EJ. Okay, the first EJ trade, I took the Euro Japanese yen, stopped out. I took it here and got stopped out down here. Second trade, I took a re-entry as it came through our re-entry criteria, and I punched out of this. Now some of these trades, they took full profit. Others I punched out of. I had a good profit showing, and I'm a bit limited for time today, and so the final 1, 2, 3 trades I punched out of. The other 3 took profit. So I'll quickly run through the rest of these. That, like I say, that second entry, the re-entry on the EJ, I punched out of that, and I took 15 pips on that. Pound US dollar, no trades to be taken on that. Pound Japanese yen, I took that here at 40, and that took profit. That came up and gave me 24 pips on the pound Japanese yen. So as I say, 2 to 1 risk to reward on that. Australian dollar US dollar was the second trade that I was stopped out of. Took it here at 95, and it came down, stopped me out for 10 pips. So that was the 20 pips loss that I had. Australian dollar Japanese yen, I took this one at 78 as it hit our entry criteria, and I punched out of that for 15 pips. As I say, I was running out of time. The only other trade that I punched out of was the New Zealand dollar US dollar for break even. So let's just quickly run through these others that took profit. Australian dollar Japanese yen, punched out of that. US dollar Japanese yen, I didn't get a trade off on that. There was no entry criteria for me. US dollar Canadian dollar, took this short as it hit our entry criteria here, and that took profit. That took profit for 20 pips, so another 2 to 1 risk to reward on that. Canadian dollar Japanese yen, took that as it came through the entry here, and took profit on that. That took full profit, so that was 24 pips on the CJ as it came up here. And like I say, I broke even on the New Zealand dollar US dollar. So all in all, good profitable day for a very short amount of time. Spent 50 minutes trading, and I had 2 stops, that was 20 pips I was down, and then I managed to get back 98 pips, so ending up net 78 pips for the day, and that gives me 2.98% on my capital for today, so that's not bad for 50 minutes trading. So I'm done and finished, and I'll bring you another video as soon as I possibly can. Thanks very much for viewing. Oh, by the way, please subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll get a heads up as and when I post these videos. Okay, thanks very much.